Primal Chaos. Hey guys, Primal Chaos here. Welcome to the channel. Any day where Gacharic Spin drops a new song is a good day, in my opinion. And today's one of those days. So happy Gacharic Spin Day, everybody. I have no idea what this one sounds like. Obviously, haven't heard it. It's called Replica. And it looks to have a cool sort of art style music video. Very crafty. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know if this is going to be something sort of high energy or cutesy or what, but I guess we're going to find out. You guys know I love Gacharic Spin. Everyone on my Discord is already hyping me up to do this one. So I'm really excited to jump straight into it, and we're going to do that. But first, I just want to say this video is brought to you in part by Enchroma. Enchroma make glasses for colorblind people like myself. So if you or anyone you know suffers from colorblindness, or maybe suffers from colorblindness, click the link in my description. It'll take you to their website where you get a free eye test. And maybe while you're there, you can pick up a pair of their glasses and maybe see the world a little bit closer to how other people see it. Anyway, I'm a huge fan, and we're going to jump straight in, Gacharic Spin. Yeah, wow, that's really glitchy. I like it. It reminds me of Björk with that distorted low bass. Oh, there we go. It's really wild. Come on. Wow, it's crazy. Angie's really coming into herself as a vocalist, eh? Knowing where she came from and how, like, you know, singing wasn't really her first passion, they took a gamble on her, and she's got an amazing voice. What an unusual song, okay? This is really interesting because, first of all, it's got that weird glitchy thing at the start. The one thing I want to say about Gacharic Spin is that every time you jump into a new video, it's a whole other world. You don't know what you're going to get. I mean, there's a few staples that sort of follow through, like the chaos, the funky slap bass guitar, and the vocals kind of lend themselves to sounding like Gacharic Spin. But man, there's just so much of a different energy to everything that they do. It's really interesting, really, really interesting. And, you know, as someone who's somewhat of a fan, I kind of saw that one coming, but every time it just strikes me as like something fresh and interesting. The crazy thing about the verses though, is that how subdued the sound is overall. It's kind of like this. It's just like it's really compressed down, like almost like a mechanical machine, right? I love the guitar. Really cool. But I think it's supposed to emulate like the high rapid pace of life, right? And you know, that's what it feels like. It feels like there should be, rather than this music video, there should just be random shots of city streets and too many people and too much traffic and too many trains going past and all of this chaos. And it's got heaps of energy and turbulence, but there's no life to it, right? It's just, there's no dynamics, there's no expression. It's just noise, beautifully performed noise, but it's noise, like downtown Tokyo during peak hour noise. And lyrically, I think what she's getting at, and again, this is only my first sort of look at it, it seems like she's talking about how life is so chaotic and there's so many versions of you getting pulled in different directions. Sometimes it's really easy to lose sight of who you are as an individual. And, you know, like that's what the different replicas represent. I assume I might be misreading it, but that's my first initial take on it. And, you know, today is replica number 5. It says it right there because it's the one that couldn't get all their makeup off or this or that, you know. And it's like, it's just so interesting how they just managed to keep the dynamics really flattened and squished and over compressed so that when they bust into the chorus, all of a sudden that bombastic sound that we know from Gacharic spin just pops out and just slaps you in the face. You know, it's really interesting. And I love that they're sort of incorporating some of those glitchy elements too throughout the rest of it as well. See what I mean? It's just chaos. Rapid fire vocals. Oh, sad face, happy face. See how much more life and some more vibrance there is in this part where, you know, all of a sudden, rather than rapid fire sort of vocals, suddenly you've got melody and you've got passion and energy. And it feels like Angie sort of breaking through out of that sort of compressed lifestyle into something that's just got a lot more flavor and life, you know. Let me jump back to the start of that bit. Come on. I was literally just about to stop it and say, where's Hannah? Because when you look at that over the top sort of isometric kind of shot, you've got, you know, everybody just really getting energetic and jumping around, you know, Oreo and Chopper and all those, everybody's just doing their thing. But Hannah is kind of just in the background, just playing. And it's interesting. Like, it's like, I'll go back and I'll demonstrate, right? It's the energy you expect from Gacharic spin, but the one who's given the least amount of energy is Hannah, right? And then it cuts back and gives her a solo piece to just really jam. It's really cool. See her in the background? Come on. Come on. Take a breath, man. tight. Damn. All right. I was doing this to represent how I just feel like I was spinning in a tornado of just chaos. That is wild. Like, how do they maintain that kind of intensity? I'll just never know, right? And to stay like rhythmically so tight the whole time when, you know, it's such high energy musicianship, right? There's something to be said for the stamina of maintaining that tempo and doing it accurately as well. Like, you could play that real sloppy, but they're not doing that. They're completely locked in. Props to Yuri as well, because the drums were sensational. I mean, in fact, the whole thing is just rock solid from beginning to end. And it's just so musically diverse. Like, you know, it starts off with this sort of chilled out glitchiness. And then we got that hyper compressed kind of anxiety driven sort of verses, you know. And then this big bombastic chorus, right? So I'm just gonna rock out for a second. I love how there's light and shade here, right? Just drops back to just piano. Just for a second. The other thing that you'll notice if you're listening to this with a good stereo or good headphones is how much they're playing with panning in this. There's little voices popping off sort of everywhere. Even right from the beginning, there was like whooshes and sounds in the intro that are sort of panning around as well. And it sort of, it evokes that sensation of just being in the middle of chaos and like not being able to orient yourself in the environment because there's stuff just pinging off all around you. And it's almost like when you're in an office and you're trying to concentrate and you can just hear all the conversations, or if you're on the train going home and you're trying to read your book and there's just so many people just having conversations you can't help but just catch little pieces of. That's the vibe I'm getting. And I think that's kind of what they were throwing down. Also, I just want to point out this juncture too, especially towards the end here. I don't know whether this is specifically a nod towards like Monty Python, but there's definitely Monty Python vibes going on here. This whole breakdown segment through here is just wild. Hang on. I just feel like there was just a moment there where Tomozo was trying not to smile, which is the first time I think I've ever seen that. Just when she's got a semi-serious face. There it is. Because they're trying to rock out, but she just can't keep it in. If there's one thing I've noticed about Tomozo is that she might be the happiest guitar player in the world. I'm seriously going to need to listen to this like 50 times to be able to catch everything. It's just chaos, you know, the whole way through. There's so many parts, so many little breakdown bits. at the turmoil through this part. It's wild. Like just towards the end there, like Koga is just like chromatically just up the bass. It's just chaos. It's the best way to describe it. Yeah, I definitely don't know which way is up with that track. That's going to take some getting used to. Definitely, if there was ever an antithesis for chill out music, this might be it. It's just crazy. This or maybe something by Maximum the Hormone or something like that. There's just like, but the cool thing is, and what I love about the way these guys compose is there is moments of light and shade. Like towards the end there, it's like being inside a tornado, but there's also all of these moments of just like, breakdowns and things like that where it's just subtle. Okay, this might not be the. It doesn't. Oh yeah, right here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you're not just hit with 4 minutes of chaos. It sort of hypes you up. It starts you slow and it slowly builds you up until eventually there's absolute hype. And then it rips that out from under you to just a couple of piano notes. And then continues on building up and then dropping and building up and then just ramps it up even higher towards the end. Somehow they still managed to find space to really bring it home towards the end there. And it's just controlled chaos that whole time. This is insane. It's just pure insanity. That's a great shot. Well, as always, Gacharic spin never ceases to amaze me. I wish I could just be there when they're writing this stuff, just to get a vibe for how it all works and how it goes down. I don't know how you put something like this together. And that's an interesting question too that I'm not aware of. Who actually does the bulk of the composition? I assume it's probably Oreo and Hannah. But I mean, it could just be that they just get together and jam and come up with these things. I really don't know. But maybe someone out there does. This was fantastic, as usual. I'm excited to listen to it a bunch more times. In fact, you saw me do it then. I just kept going over certain bits and geeking out. Excellent. Thanks to the guys over in my Discord for recommending this one. I was going to watch it anyway. You guys knew I was all over it, but here we are. And, and also if you haven't joined my Discord, the link's in the description. Come over. There's a great bunch of people there who love this sort of music. And yeah, if you feel like I've brightened your day at all, feel free to support the channel just by buying me a coffee. I'll leave a link in the description. Or, just hit super thanks under the video. That's really helpful as well. And also like, share, follow, subscribe. If you know of any communities that might like this, if you can share it with them, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. But yeah, more Gacharic spin all the time. Any time of the day, I'm ready. Thanks again, guys. Stay primal. I'll catch you on the next one.